So can I ask you a favor? Don't hold it against me. I got to use an artificial fire starter. It's getting quite late. There was not an abundance of firewood here today, so it took me quite a while. So I have this little fire block. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. We'll get her going that way. This won't take long. I still got quite a bit of firewood to process, so I think dinner is going to be an intimate candlelight affair. Just you and me. Okay, let's let that take hold. And I'll get a little bit more wood. Settle in for the night. That'll take just fine. Oh, feels good to sit down. I'm going all day. Got enough wood for the night, I think, and a bit for the morning. Beautiful night. It's after 5 o'clock right now. It's probably showing up pretty bright on the camera, but it's after 5, so I just want to take a break, have a beer before I cook dinner. So a little while ago, I opened my front door, and there on the step there was a box. And I picked up that box, I took it in the house, and I ripped it open, and inside it was full of beer. Beer of all things. With a nice note. It was from a friend, a fellow YouTuber from way up in Thunder Bay, Kevin Outdoors. So Kevin, thank you very much. I saved a couple of them for the trip. So this is local to him, craft brewery, Sleeping Giant Brewing Company. And this is their 360 ale, a pale ale. And man, I'm looking forward to this. Been chilling out in the snow. Smells nice. Bit of citrus, a little hoppy. It's not super hoppy, like an IPA. Oh man, I like that one. Sleeping Giant Brewing Company 360 ale. Thanks, Kevin. And after dinner, we'll do some questions from subscribers. Did I say that right? Questions from subscribers. Questions from subscribers. I copy them out, and I don't have internet access here, so I just copy them out, and I'll answer a couple questions after dinner. That's kind of interesting. There were some good questions there. We're going to do a buffalo stew, or bison I guess it's called. Grass-fed, organic, very lean, looked really good. So we'll do a stew. I think I brought a can of Guinness. I was going to do a Guinness stew with the bison. That'd be awesome, but I can't seem to locate it. And I brought a chair. I never bring chairs. I might have to from now on. I sure needed this. Oh, feels so good. Thanks again for joining me. It's going to be an awesome night. Hey guys, the rest of the night's going to be by flashlight, but not much I can do about it. Okay, so I'm going to make a stew. What we have here is grass-fed organic bison. Gonna get a sear on that. Smells good. A little bit stuck together. Let's get that. There we go. Eight ounces of bison there. Seasoning on that. I like keg spice. Okay, I forgot the Guinness. That's a shame, but I have something really good here. Innocent Gun 15th anniversary. That's going to go in the stew. When beer comes in a presentation box like that, you know it's good. So this was a gift too from my son-in-law. He keeps me in all the good stuff. 20-year-old rum and stuff like that. Stuff the old woods walker would never buy. Alright. Don't throw away the cap. So I do like Innocent Gun. Oh man. I think it's like whiskey barrel aged or something like that. I can't really read the label right now, but it's so nice. Yeah, I'm going to put some of that in the stew. Oh, that's going to be great. Thanks, Riley. I said I'd save it for a special occasion. Out in the woods. That's a special occasion for me. Alright, let's get cooking. Okay, that meat is nice. Got a bit of a crust on it. That's perfect. That's just where I want it. And we're going to put this in the old billy pot. Okay. And all those bits in the bottom there, that's called the font. That's where all the flavor is. Let's get that out of the frying pan into the billy pot. Oh, nice. Got to get every little bit up in the bottom there. You don't want the beer to overpower the stew. Just flavor it. You know, little something something. Okay. Now we get all that into the billy pot. Perfect. Okay, so in that pot now with the meat and the beer goes celery, onions, and carrots. Tell you what, if you're making stew, you're not using celery, onions, and carrots, you're doing it wrong, boy. You got to put that in. We'll add more liquid, add the potatoes, put the lid on it, let that simmer for about an hour. I think it's going to be tasty. It's going to be a late night for eating, but dark comes so fast in the winter. It's nice to stretch it out a bit with some cooking like this, and it doesn't make for such a long night. Oh man, look at this. Oh, that looks so good. Look at that gravy. The meat. That's done. Oh. Ooh. Let's try this. Oh, buddy. That is some good stew. Just what I needed. It's getting cold now. Here, I'll give you a closer look. Can't get too close, so I'll fog out the lens, but look at that. Oh, that's delicious. That's good stuff. It's what you want on a night like this. Believe me. It's just delicious. I have no idea what time it is. I'm guessing close to 8 o'clock. Other than a handful of trail mix, I haven't eaten since 7 o'clock this morning. I shouldn't do that. I should stop and have a bite to eat at lunch. So I'm going to eat this whole pot. Gotta feed the furnace. Okay guys, let's take a look at the questions that you sent me. I'm getting some questions. So the first one is from Kevin Outdoors. Kevin is a fellow YouTuber. You should check out his channel. Does a lot of canoeing, hiking, cooking, DIY. He's a great guy too. He might even send you a box of beer. Kevin asked me, what inspires you to get out in the outdoors? Well, lately other YouTubers, really. There's so much great content on YouTube. Inspires you to get out and about, challenge yourself, challenge your skills. There's so many places to go, things to do. Superior hiking trail. Kevin, I think you're one of the first videos that I watched. And yeah, inspired me to get up there and do that. Now, years ago, probably, I'm going to say Bill Mason. I devoured Bill Mason's books, and I also watched all his movies. And although I'm not a big canoeer, I think it kind of started with him. And I was really into like the whole Courrier de Bois thing when I was in school. You know, I thought that would be an awesome life, you know, just paddling down the French River, you know. C'est la vie, qui humana, qui humana. I'll never forget that song in this Courrier de Bois movie. And then Ray Mears, of all people, I watched a video of him, and he was paddling across this lake and singing C'est la vie, I don't even know what it means. But yeah, just the whole canoeing outdoors thing has always fascinated me and inspired me. Hugh Janice asks, well, the weather is getting much colder. I'm looking forward to seeing how your anoraks perform. Man, today all I've worn is this canvas manic and a very light sweater and a merino wool t-shirt, and I've been super warm. It's just been awesome. This, the manic is performing way better than I thought it would. The two of them together, the wool and the canvas together, is incredible. But actually, this on its own is pretty warm. Like, it blocks all the wind, and that's the main thing. So I'm super happy with both of these anoraks. Thanks for asking. Scott Out and About, another YouTuber. Scott Out and About, he's in New York State, loves his axes and his firebox stoves and his kayak trips. He's a great guy too. So check him out. What's the line on deciding to go with more durable, traditional gear or more lightweight and technical gear? Is it the season, length of the trip, location, all of the above? Yeah, it's all of the above, plus the mood that I'm in. You know, sometimes you just want to come out here with axes and sleep under a tarp and cook some food, and it's all heavy. It's all heavy stuff. It's heavy duty stuff. It lasts forever, but it's also heavy. And sometimes you just want to strap on an ultralight backpack and throw a hammock in it and go for a lot of miles, and then, you know, use a gas stove and eat dehydrated food. They're both fun. You know, they're both a lot of fun. You can do both. I do both. But I think you hit all the points there. Season, you know, you need heavier gear. Yeah, location. It's just all of the above. And mood. You know, mood. What you feel like doing. That's how it works with me anyway. Mo Cantilever asks, what's the longest stretch of night camping? Where and how? Okay, Mo, so that it was, I'm going to say 10, 11 days is the longest stretch for me. And that was, so I was 7 days alone. And then after 7, 8 days, my wife and a few friends came. And it was in Ontario, Crown Land trip, and I actually had a boat with a motor, so that was my means of transportation. So I was camping and fishing, and then after 7 days they came, I was able to pick them up at shore. So lots of 4 or 5 nighters, you know, backpacking, canoeing, backcountry. I'm assuming you're asking just backcountry because I've been camping 3 weeks straight, you know, in provincial parks. But yeah, about 10 days is the longest for me, Mo. Thank you for asking. So Paul Clancy, I understand your outdoor kit is always evolving. Is there any item that have stood the test of time for you that hasn't changed? I got your name right. I can't read very well right now. Smoky. Yeah, there's always new gear. It's always evolving. One thing I have one on me now. I always carry a multi-tool. Whether I'm backpacking or doing this type of thing. You know, this is Swiss Army Farmer. I really like the Leatherman tools too. But I always carry a multi-tool. I call this a multi-tool. There's multiple things on it. You should carry a multi-tool. There's lots of things you can do with it. Multiple things even. But yeah, Paul, that's the one thing that hasn't changed, because I go from tents to hammocks to tarps, and you know, axe and saw to no cutting tools. I'll just, you know, go ultralight. So, but I always do take a multi-tool. Good question. The Wimpy Camper. So Michelle kills it on Instagram. Look up the Wimpy Camper. She's out in BC. It's beautiful out there. So looking forward to the next video, Wade. Question is, assuming you're on Crown Land with limited trails like here in BC, how do you navigate so you won't get off the trail or lost off the trail? How far off trail do you go? Okay, so Crown Land or anything that's interior, I'm usually carrying GPS. So if I'm with somebody, we'll each have GPS devices. We also carry maps, and I do have a compass, and I carry a compass. I'm not really proficient with a compass, so that's one thing I really should get better at. But for me, it's GPS. Yeah, that's my main form of navigating. Like here, I'm on Crown land, but I know the area very well. So yeah, I left my map at home. I'm off trail about half an hour, but I just follow the shoreline, so I know where I'm going. So yeah, GPS for me, Michelle. I really should learn how to do the whole map and compass thing. I can get a bearing on a compass and I can follow it. That's about it. Mike McDonald asks, "Hi Wade, hope you're well." Thanks for asking, Mike. I'm well. The question is, when did you get your passion for the outdoors from, or where? Was there any particular trip, place, or person that inspired you to take up hiking, camping, and bushcraft? Many thanks. Looking forward to your videos. I hope you have a good trip. Hey, thanks, Mike. That's a really nice email that you sent me. I appreciate that. It's kind of the same as an earlier question, a little bit different, but I guess my passion for the outdoors started when I was really young. Family vacations were largely camping, and if I could get a book about the outdoors, camping, the Courrier de Bois, I mentioned them before. I thought that was really cool, the way they, kind of opened up the whole country. I would read it when I was a kid, and I loved just going out into the woods. I'd probably be, I don't know, 9 or 10. I'd be out in the woods by myself. Like that doesn't happen anymore, but me, I would get up early in the morning before anybody else, and I'd be heading out to the woods. So yeah, just I would say early, just reading books and learning about the Hudson's Bay Company and the Courrier de Bois. I think that really inspired me. I thought that'd be a fantastic way of life. I didn't realize how hard of a job it would have been. But then I said, Bill Mason and Ray Mears and all those people and modern day YouTubers, they inspire me. And I've always loved the north of Ontario. Always loved North Ontario. So really been passionate about that my whole life. So that was a really good question, Mike. And I think that's it. If I missed you, I apologize. That was really cool. I enjoyed getting your questions, and I enjoyed answering them. Yeah, you got me thinking. I didn't really think about them too hard. I just wanted to go off the cuff when I got here. But really appreciate you reaching out and sending me the questions. Well, guys, I think that's about it for tonight. Wind's just swirling like crazy tonight, blowing smoke everywhere. Crazy. I think I'm going to head to bed soon. It's after 11 o'clock. That's pretty good for me. Usually I'm in bed by 10 when I'm out here by myself. But it was a good time, good night, good meal, not too cold, good fire. Chatting with you guys. I think we'll see you in the morning.